After doing the Mean Messages video, which went viral, I couldn't believe how public that went. We had hundreds of thousands of views, and I was truly out of the closet as an HIV positive person. I'm HIV positive too, but you shouldn't be telling people. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I was really pleased, and I've actually been very lucky, the fact that when it did come out.
Once upon a time there was a little boy and there was a little boy. And they had fun.
I did get lots of messages of support from family, especially, even like, you know, so, and I know not everybody has that, so like my mum shared it to her Facebook wall, and you know, it was very much kind of like, I'm proud of you, blah blah, cover boy, and all this kind of stuff.
I had a lot of support from people that I was not really in touch with on a daily basis, so a lot of people from back home.
I exfoliate, I moisturise, I'm pretty clean.
It just kind of came at the right time for me, because I was still dealing with my own diagnosis, and it was part of the process of accepting it.
I think hooking up is a good idea. Well,
but there was a few occasions where people stopped me and spoke about the work that we did.
I remember I was out for a night out. We went and afterwards went for dinner on Compton Street, and I just happened to look at this guy, and I think I smiled or whatever. And he's like, I know her. He said, I've seen you before. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, I've seen your video. So obviously I was like, what video?
There's another when someone I know that's a very public, open speaker and very engaged in social media and social situations had came to me and also said that they were also positive. So they disclosed to me their status. And also disclosed that they would never have had the strength or power to do it themselves, but how much what we did helped them be comfortable with themselves.
You know, there's also a person in particular who got in touch with me not long after, who basically found out himself that he had just been recently diagnosed, and since then it's become kind of a really close friendship that I wasn't expecting.
This made me realise what kind of impact that we were actually having. When we did the video originally, it's all done in jokes and laughs, and because it's done in a really supportive environment and with really good people who are there for each other and are all in the same kind of boat, you're not realising 100% what you're doing until you encounter people who you have affected by doing this.
You know, 5 years ago I couldn't really look up to any kind of positive role models, so I kind of wanted it to be out there so that people could see that, oh yeah, it's okay, it's alright to be, you know, I can...
Since Mean Messages videos, I have been busy. At the time I was undertaking a degree in circus arts and performance, so this is kind of like dance and physical theatre and stuff like that. So I have just finished my second year and been offered a place on my third year, which is great.
Well, I put on weight, that's for sure.
I have changed jobs. I've also started being a lot more open to dating, which is something I haven't done in a very long time. So that's been quite a big change for me. I've also been quite putting myself out there and been quite confident about that. I think I've had quite a lot of knockbacks because of having HIV before that. It kind of took myself out of the whole dating game, and I've now finally got myself back into that.
Coming out with this and the issues around chemsex and my own kind of personal journey from the last year, it's been a very personal journey in terms of getting my strength back, getting my confidence back. So it's been quite instrumental in giving me something back to help him, you know, get myself back out there, I suppose.
I was diagnosed 2 years ago, just under 2 years ago. I think I'm finally now just getting used to it, and it's been a very long time coming, but it's been worth the wait.
I've been introduced to running and have been taking that quite vigorously, so I had a couple of marathons this year.
I was invited to represent the UK at a global competition, which was Mr. Gay World. And for me, this is not the kind of thing I would have normally went out to seek and partake in. But because of the work around HIV destigmatization, I saw how important this platform could be for what we're doing.
It's contributed to some of the things that I do with my work, especially to do with being chair of the Ones with LGBT Forum, and to do with, as I say, the support group that I run at Metro.
During the experience of the Mr. Gay World competition, my campaign to destigmatise HIV and raise awareness of PrEP came second on a global level. So that was an amazing impact there.
I was offered PrEP as part of a research study, but I said no.
I came sixth at Worlds, so I stood there on a global platform as an HIV-positive person, open about my status, and came sixth out of the 26 contestants. So by doing that, I felt and showed and believe that it doesn't hold you back, and it doesn't have to hold you back.
It really has taken over my life. This sort of HIV has actually been an invitation for me to be healthy. And if I'm quite honest, I have never been healthy in my life.
Even though can actually say 95% of the feedback we got from the messages, the video was positive. Actually, I find myself, and I tried myself not to, but I find myself actually going online and reading the comments. Because it was such a public scale, we were going to get feedback and opinions back from a lot more people outside of the gay community. And that's what I was interested about. I wanted to get their opinion looking in. And I read the comments. Some of them were really, I think I forgot how vulgar people could be. Basically, a lot of them, some of them were literally just about, they should be dead. They should be, God should kill them, all that stuff like that. To the point where it is that ridiculous. It's funny because it's like, how can you even put those two together? But it got me down a bit because I was annoyed at myself for letting myself read it and get affected by it. I was annoyed the fact that that still happens out there. I was annoyed at the fact that people were allowed to do that. But I suppose at the end of the day, that's the reason why we do the video. The more we do stuff like that, the less that's going to happen.
The things that GMFA do and what FS Magazine does is that it's a tool for good and to influence change. So I've received quite a few nice messages via social media or emails of people that have thanked me and said that they could never be so brave. And as a result of, but then they've kind of gone away, I've maybe signposted them to other services, and they've made positive changes within their lives.
It can be quite difficult for some people, but at the same time, I don't think your status should ever be hidden away. I don't think it should ever be a problem, so speaking about it publicly, it just felt right.
And it's very remarkable that it was just all because of I said yes to turn up to one day to help out, to read some messages, and that's kind of where it's come from. So.